Hello all, welcome back. So, Alan here, as you guys know. We're going back to gym. And hopefully you guys recently saw Bad Leroy Brown, which I just thought was fundamentally so... Well, you'll see, go and check it out and I'll pin it, guys. I learned, obviously, that he passed away, and I did some digging around this. And this was around about 1966 when I think he got married, or he started... Once he got married and knew he was having his son, or he had his son, he was an attitude shift, I guess, more in terms of focus, that the music industry was going to be something he was going to get into. And then he's released the album, he's had some success, he's now going to go and work it, he's flying to England, and unfortunately he passed away. He was involved in that flight crash. So I'm approaching this time in a bottle thinking what it's going to be. And I found this, guys. I couldn't find it on his official channel, so I found this. And this is on Dancing Wild, a small amount of subscribers. I don't know if the channel's live. And I'm not even sure if this is an official video, because I couldn't find it on Jim Croce's official channel. But did I dig enough? I don't know. But we're going to watch it, and we're going to find out, and I'm going to listen to the song. It's not an incredibly long song. I'll try not to interrupt, but you know the rules, guys. YouTube. This is the first time it's a reactionary and analysis and thinking about the song and talking about it. But if I just came on and played it, I'd get shut down, and rightly so. So you know the script, guys. Bear with me. So we're going to get into it. Here it is, Time in a Bottle. And we'll talk about the song, its performance and everything. You guys that know. And if you're here and you don't know much about him, you're learning the same time as me.
If I could save time in a bottle, the first thing that I'd like to do is to save every day till eternity passes away, just to spend them with you. If I could...
What a complete shift from Bad Leroy Brown, which had wit and satire and sort of little comic poking, but mixed with some real lyrics. You know, the songwriting was great, and he wrote this song. So we look at it. It was released in December 73, was a posthumous #1 hit from the album Don't Mess Around with Jim. Producer was Terry Cashman and Tommy West, written by Jim himself. So it was #1 on the Billboard 100, certified gold. It's been widely covered. It's appeared in various sort of other productions over the years. But there's such a shift in the tone. It's not country, it's still ballady. If I could save time in a bottle, the first thing that I'd like to do is with his son. Dad, sons, families. It's just there in the video. The first thing I'd like to do is to save every day till eternity passes away, just to spend them with you. I suspect he meant the family, but also bringing the focus into his son, because that's what he said he was going to do. He was going to dedicate clearly talent he had, and focus and energy, and get into that and make it pay and make it work. But it's Frankel. It's really about the existential psychology. It's really the longing to capture time, which really reflects the fact that it means so much, and that Frankel had said the ultimate goal you can have is love. And that if you can aspire to that, that's giving you real and deep meaning. This was in the 70s, so we can talk about post-Vietnam. I don't think this is about that. I think this is just a guy who's a husband and a dad and a talented singer-songwriter going, you know what? I'm going to share it. And I think that's what he's doing.
Could make days last forever. If words could make wishes come true, I'd save every day like a treasure, and then again I would spend them with you.
Just look at the video. It's just saying that bond you can create, the human interaction. You can do it with friends. You can, but I think it has a deeper value. I think friends give you a great sense of community. But if you can be in that, I guess, look, I'm going to say out loud, that familial unit with everything that brings. And I'm not in a familial unit, guys, but I'm from a family of 7. My mom and dad were together until they both passed away. So you've all lived through it. You know this, guys. And I'm just telling you the truth from what a broad spread of people would say, that this is beautiful. That is simply saying that if you could save time and keep time and put it in a bottle, and if you could share what that is with you, it's this.
But there never seems to be enough time to do the things you want to do once you find them. I looked around enough to know that you're the one I want to go through time with.
Going back to Maslow, you hear me talking about him, the hierarchy of needs. And he's saying it there, isn't he? But he's saying, I experienced that there was never enough time to do the things you want to do. So you're all over. You know, growing up as a young lad, I was all over the place, focused on work. I've always worked, guys, worked since I was 14. So I've looked around enough to know that you're the one I want to go through time with. That's the realization of the one. It's the personal connection. It's the pinnacle of personal connection. Is that image there you can see on screen? His sense of meaning is fulfilled in that. He's going through other avenues, clearly. He's got a wife he loves, he's got a family, he's got music he can connect with, he's going to have all those things. But if you asked him to choose, he's saying, this is it. It's all I choose is this. That's why it's connecting with me. And I'm sure, guys, that's why it was a massive hit. That's why it's just a truism, if you like. Listen to the acoustic guitar there. Listen to that.
If I
Almost had a classical feel to it, didn't it? Has that classical edge to it. When you listen to the music, the guitar, it has that sort of mathematics of a classical composure on the guitar, and it's beautiful.
I had a box just for wishes and dreams that had never come true. The box would be empty except for the memory of how they were answered by you. But there never seems to be enough time to do the things you want to do once you find them. I've looked around enough to know that you're the one I want to go through time with.
You can't have everything in life. There never seems enough time to do everything you want to do. Yes, of course. Listen, I've said this in recent videos. I got more time ahead of me than behind me than I have ahead of me. So I'm not going to achieve everything. And that would be absolutely ridiculous. But I've done enough to know that whatever message I created for my own self, I'm there. I'm comfortable with it. I'm only 60, guys. I'm not planning on popping my clogs tomorrow. But this resonates. The older you get, and if you're younger, if you're in your 30s watching this, and some of you will be, hopefully, and I'm not going to preach, but it is a reminder that you'll never be able to do everything, but you can find something. And he found his family, his son, his wife, his home, his property, his life, his daily existence was that. Everything else was to get that. Yeah. 1943 to 1973, 30. What an absolute stunning song. It is really, it's a poignant reflection on impermanence. and on love, and the desire to self-actualize, to get that is the pinnacle for him. And you could argue it's the pinnacle for most people across most cultures, represented in a song that had a feel of that classical guitar feel, almost. Beautiful. And his voice is so good. So good. Yeah, I like that, guys. You got to join in. Join and subscribe. Not enough of you do. Well, that's not fair. I'd like more of you too, so we can broaden the journey out. Take care, guys. See you soon.